Hello, McVeigh Dragons. Welcome to Mr. Thornley's Music Class, Volume 10. This is for 4th grade. Hopefully last week you worked, on trying to sing along to the song that I sang and played. Hopefully you added in the partner song, because that's what we were doing, two different melodies from two different songs and putting them together. I want to do a complete review of the year right now, and we'll end up with harmony again at the end. I want to start off our three main parts of the song was beat, melody, and harmony. Okay. Worked on beat in the early part of the year. In wintertime, we got to melody, and then harmony now. Okay. So with start reviewing beat, and I'm going to go ahead and get my bongo drum here. All right, so in the fall we worked on steady beat and put the beat into a meter. Okay, so we worked on steady beat, just keeping the beat steady. Okay, and then all right, we talked about putting the beat into groups of numbers, and we worked on the meter of 2, which is, if this is my beat, all right, it's loud, soft. So okay, I'm doing a slower tempo, which is the speed of the beat and speed of the song. Meter of 2 is loud, soft. Meter of 3 would be loud, soft, soft. Loud, soft, soft. And I'm doing slow tempos here. Meter of 4, loud, soft, medium, soft. Loud, soft, medium, soft. Okay, and I believe we discussed the meter of 6. Now for the meter of 6, it's a compound meter. It's got 2 meters in one. It's got the meter of 6 has a meter of 2 built in. So I'm going to do just a slow 2 here and do the 6 beats with my hand. And it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Those are your most commonly used meters in music, with 4 being the most common of all. That's why they refer to it as common time. We also worked on our rhythm patterns. We worked on beat and meter. And I'm going to go ahead and go through them. Let's see. We have pie, apple, gooseberry, huckleberry, apricot, strawberry, and pot, pie, pot. Which pattern is this? Okay. Hopefully you said apricot. How about this one? Hopefully you said gooseberry. How about this one? Messed up there. Hold on. Bum, 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 bum. All right, that was strawberry. How about this one? Pot, pie, pot. This one. Okay, apple. This one. Okay, that's easy, right? It's our pie pattern. How about, do we do this one? That's huckleberry. I'm trying to think if I did them all. Did I do this one? I think I might have started off with that. It's apricot. All right. So anyway, you have these on an earlier video too. I think I did them, I believe, for you guys. Keep practicing your patterns, okay? And be thinking about beat, because you got it. The beats is the foundation of a song. Then we switched our attention in wintertime to melody, and we said melodies have notes that move by step, leap, or repeat. Okay? And we talked about how the notes in a melody are like stairs, steps, and we learned this scale here. We learned about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you have that messed up. That's stepping up, stepping down. Okay, we could do leaps, leap up, leaps down, or repeat. Okay, so we worked on that, listening for those, to identify that, to get our musical ear better. Okay, and then we worked on how you take the notes of the scale, we talk about octave. There's 7 different ones, and you have the same letter name, which is the octave. Like if I did C, low C, high C is an octave leap. So the scale will go do, re, mi, fa, sol, ti, do, right? So the 2 do's would be the octave apart. Um, and we put, once we practice listening for those, we put them in phrases. If you have a melody, you want to put your notes into phrases, which are musical sentences. Like Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. That's a phrase. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. They're musical sentences. Without phrases, you don't have a melody. So once you have your phrases in your melody, then you're going to go ahead and put it into sections. Make a section out of your phrases. Usually it's like 4 phrases in a section, but it can be more or less. It just depends. And then, which are like musical paragraphs. And then once you have your sections, you put them in a certain order, arrangement. That's called form. We worked on AB form, ABA form. And then we worked on note reading. I had on my makeshift smartboard here. We had the notes on the staff with my PowerPoint. And so keep going over those. I'm not going to go over all that today right now because you have that earlier video to go over. But go over that and keep thinking about the whole notes, which we said gets 4 beats. If in our situation that we're using right now, which is a 4 for the bottom number of our meter, our time signature. Time signature a lot of times is 4/4. Well, the bottom 4 is the meter number and how many beats are in a measure. Okay, and what kind of the bottom number is, I'm getting all confused here. The bottom number is what kind of rhythm is going to receive 1 beat, and then 4 is going to stand for a quarter note. So when we have our pi, 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 these will be quarter notes. All right, half note would be like pi and pi. Every 2 beats, every 3 beats is dotted half note, and every 4 beats, pi is a whole note. All right. So the bottom number tells you what rhythm is going to get 1 beat. The top number is the meter number and how many beats are in a measure. Okay. All right. So, but I explained that the rhythms all on the previous video, so keep checking that. All right. So, and then we switched our attention after the winter, and recently, not too long ago, we switched to harmony. And we said a melody without any kind of harmony is monophonic texture. So if I sang, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, that's monophonic. It has no chords playing with it or no ostinato pattern. It's just a melody. If I add chords, strumming along or ostinato pattern that's repeating, okay, with the melody, then it's homophonic texture. I gotta have one or both those things together. Homophonic texture. And if I have a second melody, which is where we left off, all right, that are playing 2 melodies at the same time, at least 2 playing at the same time, that is polyphonic texture. And the 3 ways to make polyphonic texture: rounds. That's when someone starts a single melody, but once they get partway through it, someone else starts the melody from the very beginning. So if I said row your boat, by the time I get to merrily, you start row your boat while I'm singing merrily, right? We're going to be singing different notes and different words at the same time. That's a round, okay? And it's like making 1 melody into 2. And then you have partner songs, which we did with Pick a Little, Talk a Little, and Good Night Ladies. It's partner songs. Put them together, and hopefully you did that okay. That activity, as I put it on last week's lesson, volume 9. And another way to make polyphonic texture is to have 2 melodies written for the same song. That's melody and counter melody. All right. So what I want to do right now for to kind of end this lesson is I'm going to play a song. I'm going to, on the guitar, just part of it, and instrumentally, just not sing it, just instrumentally. And when we worked on You've Got a Friend in Me, and I kind of, went over how it's made on the piano. That was what, volume 8, I think it was. I said that I showed you how you had ostinato patterns in it, you had chords in it, and you had something called fills in it. And fills are made up of scales, the notes of the scale. So when you do do, re, mi, fa, sol, ti, do, if we're in it like that key where we're doing a major scale, for instance, key of C, and we're going to use that scale, we're going to use that scale to make up fills and stuff to sound nice. There are different scales though for different types of things, and that's later on when you get learn more about music. But for right now, we're just working on basically on, you know, the do re mi fa sol ti do. We have been. I'm going to do a song today in the minor key. So I'm going to show you this. So the song I'm going to use is going to use, here's do re mi fa sol la ti do in the key of G. Do re mi fa sol la ti do, just like we had do re mi fa sol la ti do in the key of C. But this song's going to use this one, do re mi fa sol la ti do, but it's in the key E minor. E minor and key of G share the same scale. You start on different note. Here it starts on G, and an E minor would be starts on E. Okay, but they're the same notes in the scale, just starting on different notes because it kind of sounds different that way. So the song I'm going to do, it's going to be in the key E minor. It's called "And I Love Her." It's by the Beatles, and it starts off a little bass note, like bass thing right here, like that. Okay, and then it goes to the chords. So I'm going to play it, and then I'll evaluate it more in just a second. Okay, so hold on a second. My computer's getting ready to go on screensaver. It goes like this. Okay, so what I played was a lot of what's called arpeggio. Chords, if I play a chord, here's an A minor chord. And if I play it like this, block chord. Okay, they're all the notes at the same time. But if I go like this, I'm doing the chord, but I'm doing one note at a time. And in this song here, you hear me doing that a lot. These are all arpeggios of a chord. This is A minor. And I do this little bass thing, and then go to the chord, and I do a little, add a couple scale notes that are outside the chord in, like that. So now I'm in E minor chord, same little run there. Now I do a walking bass with arpeggios. Arpeggio notes. And then I get into the melody with the chords. I'm including melody with the chords. Now, besides that, I also put in some little scale runs. I did, let's see, I went, I did a scale. There's your, actually started on G that time. I did this G scale with a arpeggio, with sort of some of the notes from the chord, the arpeggiated notes. Back to the melody, and like that. And then I did a little, it's called hammer on, like that. Okay, I'm using notes of the scale, but I'm hammer on. I'm just striking it in what's called slurring or hammering on for guitar, like that. And I did pull off, but all notes from the scale, back to the melody. Okay, then I'm going to change into a C chord with a little run, a little bass run. This little melody here, a chord. And then that time I ended that section with an A minor, but it really ends with a E minor chord. Anyway, you can see all I did. So when you want to, if you can have a very simple melody. And if you have some great harmony, that song can sound like $1 million. So you want to be thinking about chords and about the ostinato scales. Scales make up the chords. That do, re, mi, fa, sol, ti, do scale we worked on, you have chords built off of that. And you make little, in between the chords, you have little bass, walking bass lines. And you can have, which this kind of does. Okay? And then it goes, okay? So you mix all that stuff together, and you make ostinato patterns, repeated patterns. to add in there while you're singing the melody over top. Or in this case, here I was playing the melody within the chords. I was playing like an orchestrated piece of music. But keep thinking about this. Keep working on the past videos. Okay, keep looking at those. And next year we'll go over this some more, all this stuff. So on that note, I want you to have a great summer. Be kind to your parents. Be helpful around the house. And what's that? Be respectful, right? McVeigh best. Okay. Have a great summer, guys.